Hi, this is Pete from Brown Dog Gadgets. Today we're going to make a no-sew bracelet. It's a conductive wearable project. Requires no sewing, so we're just going to use maker tape to build our project. All right, for this project you're going to need some felt, some scissors to cut the felt, a 1/4-inch maker tape, a small battery, and an LED. So here's a few examples of our finished project. Basically you've got, a strip of felt. It's going to go around your wrist. You've got an LED, a battery, and the maker tape completes the circuit. Right here it jumps over to the back to make the connection. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of felt and some scissors. We're going to cut that to the right length. Basically you just want this to be able to go around your wrist. You don't want overlap of maybe an inch or so. You don't need too much just to make that connection. You can choose any color you want. You can choose, this is a more soft felt, this is more of a stiffer felt, and you don't even have to, it doesn't have to be a rectangle. You can do a funky shape or whatever. Creativity, that part's up to you. So let's get to it. I'm going to look at my example here so I know what I'm doing. Basically I'm going to build this circuit and I'll walk through how that works. I'm going to choose my color changing LED. I think that's a fun one. So with every LED there's going to be 2 legs on there, and one's going to be a little longer, that's the positive leg. One's going to be a little shorter, that's the negative leg. So you do need to keep track of which is the positive and which is the negative. Now if you do get it wrong, it's not a big deal. You can usually flip your battery over and that'll work fine. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this positive leg this way, negative leg that way. Okay. I'm just going to bend these around sort of in a reverse S shape. So they go like so. So we've got one leg going in this direction, that's our positive. One leg going in this direction, that's our negative. So we're going to add a little bit of maker tape here. Tape this down. Just going to add a strip right on top. Stick it right to there. Snip that off. And we'll add one more piece on the other side for our negative. I'm going to snip that off. Alright, so we've got our positive and our negative. Next we're going to add our battery. So every battery, again, positive and negative. We're going to have the positive side up, negative side down. And we're just going to stick that down with a small piece of maker tape we fold over in a loop. This is called our tape loop. So I'm going to stick that right there. I'm going to stick my battery on top of that. Alright, our circuit's almost half done. Quick and easy way to test that we've got things right. I can put a piece of tape on top of here and it does light up. So basically we just need to add the rest of our tape to finish our circuit. Okay, so we've got our battery in place and our LED here. We're going to add a bit more tape and run it down to this end, so let's do that. Alright, tape goes on top, goes this way. The nice thing about the tape is it's pretty easy to remove. If my battery runs down and I want to replace it, I can just peel up this tape, put a new battery in there, and put the tape back down. So let's add this strip over here. This doesn't have to line up perfect, but you just need to make sure you do connect it with that other piece of tape. And the great thing about maker tape is it's conductive on the top and bottoms all the way through, so you can easily overlap it. Some tapes are not conductive on both sides. We don't use those tapes. Okay, so we've got our little pad here. If I get my piece of tape, I can see that that does indeed work. So that's half of it. That's our positive side. We're going to add in the rest of our negative side, flipping it over, and then we've got our bracelet. Okay, so right here I'm going to stick this down like that. Okay, and I'll flip this over and kind of press down a little bit there. Snip that. And then I'm going to run this over here. Snip that. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side, basically. Make a couple of pieces over here that connect up to our positive. So add a few there. All right, so we've got it like that. We've got it like that. We wrap this around, and we've got it lighting up. So next thing we're going to do, we're just going to add another tape loop like this. Stick that down right there. Okay. Now I should be able to wrap this around, make that connection, and it lights up right there. There's my light up wearable no sewing bracelet. Okay, so we've got our bracelet. It lights up. It looks kind of boring. You can dress it up. You can decorate it any way you want. This one actually is a Christmas bracelet we made. So we made this little piece of little felt tree and just cut a little slit in there, and that can fit right over the LED. Give it a festive look. You know, I can make a little star like that, drop that on there, boop, a little star on my bracelet. You could make a little face that goes on there, a little light up nose, whatever you want. Basically, once you've got your shape, just need to fold that over, cut a little snip in there, just enough to fit an LED through there, and you're good to go. So that's one little extra embellishment. So as far as the art, craft, design element, you can go crazy. You can do whatever you want. You know, basically, we just want to show you the circuitry and let you go from there and let your creativity go wild. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you make a cool bracelet. We'll see you next time.